Hey Leo, so today me and Mox are using the Robert Greene, The Art of Seduction book as an oracle book. So we've just been turning to a page, reading off some excerpt, and it is going to relate to your reading. So I just turned to 197, creating triangles. So let's see. Forget about some philosophers, menage a trois. Salome was his. He had discovered her, and he would not share her, even with his good friends. Somehow he had to get her alone. Only then could he woo and win her. So, this is the first time I feel like I need to add up the numbers. This is the first time in any reading today I felt like I needed to look at the page number. So 9 and 7, that's 16, plus 1, 17. So this is about 8. Leo, that's your number. The strength card is number 8. It's about spiritual strength. Awesome. Alright, so this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, Mars, whatever. Even if you don't have it in your chart, I feel like if you are drawn to this reading, it is meant for you, and you will get something out of this, I hope. Again, this cannot resonate with everyone. It's absolutely impossible for this to hit home with everyone because this is for the collective. I will be doing an extended, and I'll have the link somewhere for that if you are interested. We will be going over someone's energy. It could be yours, it could be the person you're interested in, and then the extended it will be the opposite. So whatever you don't resonate with, make that your person. Okay. You know better than me of who is who in the situation. We will be using angel cards today. And I thought about using the sexual tarot. I was going to use the sexual tarot in the extendeds, and then I forgot. I was like, I'm going to use sexual tarot. I just now remembered. Oh well. We're doing that soon, which is always interesting. So let's dive into this. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. It's funny, that reading I just did out of the Robert Greene book said, get her alone and woo her. And this person definitely looks like someone got her alone and they're definitely being wooed. Then we have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith, which is funny because number 8, spiritual strength. It's all about faith. It's like this woman is on the card closing this lion's mouth with 0 effort. And then we have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Leo, I feel like it's saying get someone alone and woo them. Get someone alone and woo them. Okay. Now let's get into it. We're using the Archangel Power Tarot cards. We are in pre-shadow Mercury retrograde, so we will be having some lessons or blessings. Use your intuition. Someone coming back from the past that we're supposed to learn from, or that we get a second chance with. I feel like pre-shadow is always harder than the actual Mercury retrograde. Okay, so we have Page of Cups, Raphael, gentle, loving, dreamy, open-hearted, a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social invitations, great intuitive insights. And then 9 of Michael, your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. So this whole like forgiving and learning, and then like having to get someone alone and woo them. Either you're having anxiety, but because of like some intuitive messages that you need to get someone alone and woo them, or someone needs to get you alone and woo you. Or maybe you're having to apologize. This can be like an apology or a love offer, and you're having like some stinking thinking. Like the 9 of Swords is like restless. See how he's in a bed? Restless nights thinking about how to express your feelings. Page of Cups are all about emotions, and 9 of Michaels are all about like logic and communication. 2 of Gabriel is crossing this. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. So 2 of Gabriel is the 2 of Wands in Tarot. The wands deal with our passions and desires. They are wands for a reason. They are phallic symbols. This particular card has God's covenant, and then there's the world in the background, and then the angel with like the bird wings. This is basically like you're on the right path, but it's time to make, like if you haven't made a choice, it's time to make that choice. Whatever you make is divinely guided. Like that's what you're supposed to do. But whatever path you're on is God's grace. I feel like it's what you're meant to. Leo, I don't know what the hell is going on with your energy. I just realized it might be your energy, it might be my energy, not sure. But this hasn't happened with any other reading, and this has been the hardest reading to get out for some reason. Realized my microphone wasn't plugged in, nail popped off, stepped on a glass beaded necklace. Pug is trying to eat it off the floor. Like anything and everything has like happened during your reading. So I feel like it's important. The more distraction, the more I feel like something needs to come out. And it's funny because I shuffled this deck. I was going to clarify with that deck, but now I feel like I need to clarify with this one. So just go at it. Go at it. Cards are flying everywhere. Gonna get this out. All right. So let's clarify the Page of Cups and the 9 of Swords. We have the Justice card and the Death card. A wrong being made right, a transformation. Something needs to die to be reborn. So maybe you made a decision to end something. Maybe to stand your ground in something. Actually, that's up here, but for some reason I keep wanting to say it's right here. You've been waiting, or you're waiting on something. The advice is to stand your ground on something. The best possible outcome is for you to end something. So the foundation is maybe you're in your head about a love offer, an apology, maybe intuitive messages. There's an owl on this card. I don't know if you need to hear that. But a wrong being made right in the Death card. So you had 2 major arcana, which is the least major arcana in any of the readings I've done today. But then right off the bat in your extended, you have 2 major arcana that popped out. Justice and Death. So wrong being made right. Something has to end to have a better beginning. This is like Phoenix rising, the cycle of life. Duality, right? Then I saw the 10 of Pentacles, which is like legacy, long-term commitment card. All right, 2 of Gabriel is crossing that. So that's taking a path. Stuck. 2 of Gabriel. Seeing things differently. The Hangman is also it's supposed to signify, in the Rider-Waite deck, it's supposed to signify the Jesus on the cross, the crucifixion, about faith and how there are things that we don't want to do that we know we need to do, and we just have to have faith. That's what we have to do. Like Jesus on the cross, he didn't want to die on the cross, but he knew he had to do that to be born again. And I feel like that's what this is saying, that maybe you've realized that you have to take a path. Like maybe you've been stuck, but now you're seeing things differently, and you're making a decision, or you've made a decision. Maybe it's taken a while because it was crossing this. Like things are about to change for you, and I know change is like so freaking scary. Let's see. It's so weird. I just saw Page and Michael at the bottom of the deck, and then Page and Michael is at the bottom of this deck. And then we have the Four of Wands, which was in the Aries reading. And we also got Page and Michael and Four of Wands in the Aries reading in the same spot. But it was opposite. It was the Four of Wands and then the Page of Michael. This one is the Page of Michael and the Four of Wands. So there, you could be spying on someone at their house, or they are spying on you at your house. Or this could be a twin flame situation. It does say past life relationship. Could be impulsive communication with your twin flame. And then the Ten of Swords came out with it. So it's about a painful ending, or it's the completion of something. Maybe even spying on someone, and maybe that's stopped. It's the root of the situation. Either they've moved, or you've moved, or even if you're just like watching them on social media. And this is the Seven of Pentacles, which is the right here in your current energy about waiting. This is also like watching. For some reason I want to say this. Maybe you could have a lot of options, but there's like one that you want, and you're like focusing on that one. You're not seeing all your other options. In the most recent past, the decision, and this is like not seeing something in your environment. Like this can also be like the universe is giving you something and you don't see it yet, or you're waiting on your return on investment in something. It's also like watching. And it's weird that I chose this deck, because this is the only deck that has someone in the bushes waiting on this card. The other ones, they are looking at the bush and they don't see this. This person is in the bush. So there's someone's in the bushes like watching you, or maybe you're watching someone. This is the most recent past. And it's funny because King of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. So either you're like waiting on your King of Pentacles, or you're like becoming the King of Pentacles, depending on a lot of Pentacles. Let's see. Maybe you're becoming more stable, or the person in your situation is. Clarify the Change Your Life card. Too many. Oh, your card popped out. Strength again. See how it's the same card? Number 8, which was your number that was in the book. Strength. Change your life. I feel like you're getting more spiritual, Leo, or you're finding the courage to do something, or somebody's finding the courage to do something to you. The Strength card is also about ego, because Leos are the most, they're the daddies of the zodiac, so they're like the most regal, yet their pride, because they're the lions, gets in the way. So this is like someone learning how to tame their ego, tame the beast, basically. So then in the immediate future, I feel like you're going to learn to tame your beast, and it's going to change your life. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles, which I thought was the Seven of Wands. So we have Seven of Pentacles out here twice. All right, so we have the Star and the Hermit. You could be a Virgo, or someone, or whoever this is, or your person could be a Virgo. You could be shining your light, being like a hermit. The hermit is like someone who's wise, who goes in to solitude intentionally to find their light. They're like in a dark place, so they go within to find the light, and then they shine it for others, so they're able to heal. The Star card is about healing. It's going to also be about someone shining their light, and it's like balancing the situation, It could also be about someone letting go of maybe being in that hermit phase. Maybe somebody's like going out now. But this could be you, because this is the current energy. So this is like you're waiting and watching on, and maybe you're healing from someone, or someone's healing from you by going through something dark but shining your light on it. In the environment is the Queen of Swords. It's like honesty, honest communication. In the environment, someone is like regretting being vulnerable with you. Maybe there was like a breakup or something. Two of Cups is sharing your emotions with someone. This is kind of like right at the beginning when you date someone. You're like being vulnerable with each other, sharing your cup. This is like the very start. So there's like the Ace of Cups, which is like an idea that you love someone, and then this is like actually both of you like realizing that you're into each other. This can be like the King and Queen of Cups. But this can also be, since it's a 2, it can also be about a decision on who you're into. But the 5 of Cups is about like regret, grief from a breakup. Maybe someone in your environment is like grieving a breakup that happened with you that was like in the early phases, or someone is grieving a choice that they made to be vulnerable about something. Because again, we have the Queen of Swords, who is the person that's like hurt and they cut things off. They're like a little bitter. Or someone is regretting not sharing how they feel and how they want to, because this is like about communication, about the truth. And then we have the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is the divine counterpart of the Queen of Swords. It's about 2 people. Like the King of Swords is like wise. Again, bitter, but they're wise. Like both of these people know how to play the game, so they don't deal with the like people that play games. These people are honest, wise. They use logic instead of their emotions. This is like the King Solomon card, I call it, because it's about discernment. And then we have the 7 of Gabriel. Which is funny. 7 of Gabriel again. The 7 of Wands, 7 of Wands. This is what the card normally looks like, a lot of wands, like somebody resisting. But it can also be about standing your ground, like you have the higher ground. And I feel like it's within communication, because we have the Ace of Swords, which is like a fresh start in communication, or like an epiphany. Because this 2 to me feels like someone, I always say the 2 of Pentacles is like sharing your location, as weird as that sounds. It's not what any other tarot reader thinks of this, but for some reason I always think of it as like the GPS card. Like someone, especially with all this spying, it's like the advice is maybe for you to share where you're at. This can also be about like sharing resources, to balance things. You or your person needs to balance the communication, I feel like, because you or your person has the higher ground. Like I feel like someone, either you or your person, has already shared their cup, but see how there's like no cups? It's just like desire, pentacles, and communication, but there's like no feelings here. I feel like the advice is to like, if you're into somebody, tell them. If you're not, tell them. But this is like, again, with this stuck energy and the Page of Cups, That's the only cups we have here is the page. No, we have the 2 of cups and the 5 of cups. But we don't have like good cup, like a lot of cups. And we have the King of Wands, which is your card too, Leo. So I feel like it's saying you need to share how you feel. Let's see, 10 of Michael. Okay. Sag would have loved to have seen this because I kept saying like, it's whatever's happening is going slow, and it was really good because there wasn't an 8 of Wands there, but there's an 8 of Wands here, which is communication. So I feel like it is... We have 10 of Michael, which is the end of something. Maybe there was heartbreak, because again we had the King and Queen of Swords. 2 people might have hurt each other, became a little bitter. Because there was a breakup. And it might have been over feelings, because these are all about feelings. 2 people were like really guarded. And then we have the 8 of Wands, which communication is coming in quickly. It might be a lot of communication. It's coming in fast. And it might be to you that someone that might have put you on a pedestal and ended things because they didn't think they were worthy. Because 10 of Michael and the 9 of Michael is all about like self-limiting beliefs. Thinking. But I feel like explanation is going to come in about this. Or this is the Empress card, which in tarot is the there's the High Priestess, which is not a human. It's in a different realm. It's our spirit, like our spirit guides, basically, who gives the Empress, which is a human, the Empress and Emperor, humans on Earth, and that intuition. This person is forever fertile myrtle, but not in the way we think, just with like sexual energy, even though that's the highest power and the highest energy to create anything. The Empress is who gets the guidance from a different realm and is able to create it here on Earth. She's forever in creation. But it could also be someone who's pregnant. It could also be about something to do with a mother. It could also deal with a third-party situation. It could also deal with... The 3 of Swords can also be about health. It could be like someone was like sick. Maybe someone pregnant didn't have good health. Or... this is a lot of wands. And I'm thinking this because I see a lot of wands. Like someone could have gotten pregnant, but it wasn't like it was an accident because it was just like one of many. You could be dealing with the player, someone who doesn't have boundaries, and then someone got pregnant, but they're not interested in the person that they got pregnant, or they're ending something with you, or you're ending something with someone because of someone that's pregnant. It might not be someone that's pregnant. It might be a Libra. But there is like a painful ending here that has to happen for this life change. I feel like. Let's get some oracle cards. Wow, like your reading is so long and I feel like the most confusing. Might have to deal with something with the past because we have the 3 of Cups. And the Ace of Wands. A passionate new beginning with someone from your past, or a passionate new beginning out with someone. But again, there's like 3 mermaids on here, and then a lot of wands, and then the pregnancy card. And the phallic symbol. The Ace of Wands is the boom boom stick. This is the spark of creation. This is the excited card. Someone could be excited about their past, or someone could have gotten excited with someone that they met out. Maybe after drinking too much too. 5 of Cups is like all these cups that are spilled over. They don't see the cups in the background. So maybe a lot of drinking for some reason. I want to say that. I don't know why. Okay. And then I see sacrifice and positive movement forward. and that is, and 10, that's 11, which is twin flame number. We have a twin flame card, which would be a 2. It's about decision. Which is funny because in your most recent past it said decision. So we'll shuffle these 2 more times. Actually, 1 more time. And then pull these. I keep looking at the I love card too. And again, remember, this is the get someone alone to woo. I have that woo song in my head. She wants to woo. I can't sing it like him, so I won't try. But it's past life, relationship, trust, express your love, forgiving, and learning. In the Aries reading, the I see and I speak were turned over too. Temptation and heart chakra, which is funny. Page of Cups would kind of be like that heart chakra. And then temptation is like the devil, which could be the boom boom stick going out, the woo. This is 15 and 4, so that's 6 and 4, that's 10, completion. The end of a cycle. Something has to end for a fresh start. Temptation was in the Aries reading as well. When I read that book, it was all about temptation, so you might want to read or you might want to watch the Aries reading because it was all about temptation. And it's funny because y'all have the same cards in the same spot in the root of the situation. Then we have the heart chakra, which I feel like needs to be open. Since there's like a lot of, like I told you, there aren't a lot of cups, which are emotions. There's, I feel like someone needs their heart chakra open. And I told you I was looking at the I love, which is the heart chakra thing. So it's weird that came out. This is that card for that. But this is like the devil. This can be about fear. This can be about toxicity. This can be about being bound to something. Again, temptation. Not being connected to your, this is kind of like grounded energy because it's all red too, so it's like your root chakra. These are like your lower vibrations. These are what like keep you dense. If your chakras aren't in balance, then things can get stuck like a dam. Like our emotions are water, so they can get stuck at our lower chakras, which can be temptation, the base chakra, which means our heart chakra can't be open if we are influenced too much by the 3D stuff, like the wands, the phallic symbol, the ace of wands, the devil, temptation. But for some reason I feel like I want to read these. So let's read temptation. Temptation. Through this card, addictions and self-limiting behaviors are being addressed. This is a time when you or someone else in your life may be placing too much emphasis on the material, physical world and its pleasures. Even though we're all born connected to the divine source, we have a tendency to pull away from what was once natural. When we become disconnected from spirit, the source that once nourished us, it's often replaced with a different supply or substitute. In other words, the connection is then forged with food, alcohol, nicotine, codependency to someone, or even work. Hence the term workaholic. Many of us spend our lives trying to fill the void that was created when the link to the divine was broken. The temptation card is calling you to take a hard look at life and ask yourself, where in my life am I suffering from my addictive behavior? Is there negative thinking or behavior that's causing the life force to seep out of my soul? Are the people and relationships in my life giving me energy, or are they draining it? Learn to embrace your fears and all of your doubts so that every situation in your life becomes a learning experience. Gaining the knowledge that the physical world teaches will help you transcend into a higher spiritual awareness. And then it says, traditional tarot archetype, the devil. Temptation, devil. So now let's look at the heart chakra. And I just got a tingling in my hand. I don't know if anybody needs to hear that. It's like tingling. Like I feel like I just got a shot in my hand. I don't know why. Your reading has been so weird. Oh my god. And it's funny because everyone in my life is a Leo. Everyone that I'm like close to. Let's see, heart chakra. I didn't even know my best friend in college is a Leo. I should have known though. So I moved here, and every person that I like hang out with is a Leo. Let's see. Heart chakra. Key facts. Color green, sound yam, element air, gland thymus, keywords I love. See? I love. Parallel to the heart. So it's right here. This chakra represents unconditional love, compassion, harmony, relationships, and healing. It's believed to be the link between your mind, body, and soul. Balancing this area may take a while, but you should allow all the time that you need so the healing energy can get through and flow freely. By loving yourself and others, as well as learning forgiveness, you'll become more attuned with spirit. Which is funny because this says, by loving yourself and others, as well as learning and forgiveness. Forgiving and learning and forgiveness. I cannot make this up. You'll become more attuned with spirit. Which is perfect. Which I feel like you're doing, because this is Pentacles, like you're in your realm, but it's saying that you need to do some healing. This is the Star card. This person is vulnerable. They're completely naked. They're balanced with their emotions, and they're grounded. 1 foot on 3D plane, and they're pouring out their emotions. Their crown chakra is wide open, and they're ready to receive from the universe. And there's a red bird in the background, which could be like a cardinal, which I always say is like a sign for angels. And I did use the Archangel Power Tarot cards with your picture on it. So, that's all, Leo. Finally, we got it out.